these trees have survived, because this one was just about dead.
Yes, but he's come back now and he will survive.
We were in a townhouse, too many stairs, 3 stories, and we'll drink to good health. And we were there for 10 years. Good health at our age.
Yes.
And then we saw this block, views, trees, everything we wanted.
Prior to the auction, I asked Richard one question. Can you build us a good house on this block for the rest of our lives? And he said yes.
His Christmas party on Sunday morning. I'm an architect with over 20 years' experience, and this house was an ultimate challenge for me. The challenge was to design a house for my parents, who I obviously know intimately, and make it suitable for them in their current very busy lifestyle, but also appropriate for them as they eventually slow down, if they ever do. At university, we're told never to work for family or lawyers, and here I was about to embark upon a project for my parents, including my father, who was a Supreme Court judge and also a Royal Commissioner into the building industry. So it was an interesting challenge.
It was a wonderful thing, really, to have a good architect who knew exactly the way we wanted to live and had lived.
The house is called the Angophora House because of the prominent Angophora trees on the site. Angophora comes from the Greek word which means vessel. And I do like to think of the house as a vessel which contains the everyday life of people. And in this instance, it contains the lives of my parents. I envisaged the house as a series of experiences. On entering from the top street, you move through a tranquil courtyard with a water element, through a curved concrete wall and with a roof garden over it. And then you come into this much larger space with the curved ceiling above it, into a room which can be transformed by the large sliding doors.
One of the features of this house is that all of the doors, which comprise 2 of the walls of the sitting room, fold right back, so that you are entirely sitting in fresh air underneath the trees.
The house appears very spacious when you come in because of the high ceilings, because of the windows at the top. However, the kitchen is half of the living area of half of the dining room. And this makes it very easy to work. It makes a very compact living area, and it's really very easy to live in.
It uses the elements of platform, cave and canopy to create spaces within the building that respond to the particular site features. There's nothing easy about this site, particularly as we're trying to build an accessible house on essentially a cliff. There's a rock outcrop that runs right through the site. I decided to incorporate the rock face from the outside running right through to the inside of the house. I think the escarpments that run through the Sydney Hawkesbury area are a beautiful and characteristic formation of the landscape. And I wanted to reveal it rather than conceal it. The rock does provide a wonderful thermal mass in the building, so it does create a very stable temperature that's very cool in summer and warm in winter.
I've got to say, though, that I had some reservations when I was told that my rear study wall would in fact be that rock face. But as it's turned out, I've got a magnificent study. It's a large, private place, great comfort, and it's a very unusual but wonderful place to sit and work or read.
One of the wonderful things about Richard's architecture is he loves wood. He loves the feel of wood, working with wood, and living with wood. And I think in this house he's encaptured all those things.
One of the requirements that we discussed with Richard was that this was the last move, being in our 70s. And
We designed the house so that it could accommodate them now, but also it's accessible so that if they do slow down, there's a lift incorporated so that you can go from the garage to any level. If you're in a wheelchair or something, it's not a problem.
one of the great features, particularly as we get older, is that all of the doors don't have door handles. They close by magnets.
Richard has always been very keen on bathrooms, and our ensuite shower particularly has a skylight that opens to the sky with a very big rose head, and so we can virtually have a shower in the sun.
It really was a difficult house to construct, and I can only thank the fine builders who worked on it for their fantastic efforts. And I think the house that's finished is really a testament to them.
I think we're very fortunate that Richard didn't follow Terry's legal career, because he was always prone to build things out of Lego or Meccano sets. And now we have a beautiful house which, had he followed his father, which is often traditional in families, we wouldn't have this house.
Well, I'm very glad that he didn't too now.
Very glad now.
Undertaking a project for your parents is a wonderful thing to go through. I think they did put a huge amount of faith in me, and you certainly feel that as a son. And it was very humbling and gratifying to see how much trust they put in me, both personally and professionally. And you deliver on that trust.